This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE Cabinet, chaired by the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has approved the National Tolerance Programme presented by Sheikh Lubna bin Khalid Al Kazmi, the Minister of State for Tolerance. On the occasion, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed stated that the holy month of Ramadan is a great opportunity to spread the spirit of tolerance and show the real image of moderation and respect for others. Tolerance is the basis for building societies and promoting values of peaceful coexistence. He added that today we need to be more tolerant and united to face the challenges that are happening around us. Sheikh Lubna presented the National Tolerance Programme before the Cabinet, which is based on 7 main pillars: Islam, the UAE Constitution, Zayed's legacy and ethics of the UAE, international conventions, archaeology and history, humanity and common values. She emphasised that through these, the UAE society will continue to build up tolerance, multiculturalism, culture of acceptance of others, and reject attitudes of discrimination and hatred. In cooperation with various entities and through special teamwork, thought initiatives and national programmes will be launched, such as the establishment of a Council for Tolerance and the UAE Tolerance Centre, the launch of a Tolerance Responsibility Programme for organisations, and the UAE Charter of Tolerance and Coexistence and Peace. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, and visiting US Secretary of State John Kerry, discussed some of the latest regional and international developments. The Crown Prince received John Kerry over in Abu Dhabi to discuss some of the most important initiatives aimed at putting an end to the suffering of civilian populations and to conflicts and bringing about security and stability to the region. The meeting, which was also attended by His Highness Sheikh Tahnoon bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the National Security Advisor, and also His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, reviewed the ties of friendship and cooperation between the UAE and the US, and also ways of furthering them in a way that consolidates existing strategic partnerships between the countries. Also tackled during the meeting were efforts being exerted by the international community towards stability. The Emirates Red Crescent has begun distributing 500,000 books to Iraqi internally displaced people, as well as Syrian refugees in the Kurdistan region in Iraq and Jordan, as a part of the Ramadan Reading Nation campaign to give 2 million books to children and students in refugee camps in a number of countries. The ERC Knowledge Drive is in response to the initiative launched by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, to provide 5 million books to children in refugee camps and children and students in underprivileged schools across the world, and to also create 2,000 libraries in schools in need. The ERC said in a statement that Syrian refugees in Jordan will also receive 500,000 books. Dr. Mohammed Atiq Al-Falahi, the ERC Secretary General, stated that the campaign will specifically launch from Kurdistan and Jordan as they host the largest numbers of refugees and IDPs in the region. He added that they are weighing up adequate methods to implement the second phase of the initiative, which is to establish libraries in camps for refugees and IDPs and in countries that lack services in terms of culture and knowledge. Recent Breast Cancer Arabia reports show that there are breast cancer awareness campaigns in the region. However, only a few give in-depth information about the disease. According to the Asian Pacific Journal of Cancer Prevention, the MENA region has a higher number of advanced stage breast cancer cases than developed countries. 62% of breast cancer cases in Saudi Arabia are diagnosed as stage 3 and 4, while only 6 to 8% of such cases are reported in Europe or North America. Yet most breast cancer campaigns and awareness movements in the region hardly talk about metastatic breast cancer, MBC, where the cancer has spread beyond into other organs in the body, including the lungs, bones, brain, or liver. It's also the most advanced stage of breast cancer, making it the most critical. Additionally, Biomedical Central Women's Health found that there is a communication void when it comes to support for women with MBC, despite the fact that 30% of women with early breast cancer will eventually develop metastatic breast cancer. Experts say that cancer remains a sensitive topic in the region, as many women fear the stigma of breast cancer and hesitate to seek help at the early onset of the disease. And more action must be taken to create awareness and enhance existing knowledge on MBC's diagnosis and its effects on women's lives.
Awareness about cancer in general has improved a great deal in the last 10 to 15 years. Before, we were not able to talk frankly to patients or to relatives about cancer. It was a taboo that we should not talk about it because, people have many problems, either social, knowledge, whatever, that prevented them from that. Prevention, probably we cannot talk about it because even if we do about that, we try by mammogram, by ultrasound. People who have high risk, for example, they have family history or whatever, we do genetic testing to see if they carry the genes, because then we have treatment for that and we can prevent it happening. Obesity plays a major role. Now, a lot of people ask about contraceptive pills. Now, there is a hint that maybe from some studies that it may have some small incidence. In our treatment, again, we moved a great deal from mutilating surgery, removing the breast and all the lymph nodes with all the complications that we used to have, the radiotherapy that we used to give to everybody, the chemotherapy and hormone therapy. Now, not all women get chemotherapy, because now we have tests that can show us whether the women benefit from adding chemotherapy or not.
35 beggars have been arrested since the start of Ramadan, that's according to a senior official. The figures were announced by Colonel Mohammed Rashid Al-Mahari, the director of the Tourist Security Department, as a part of Dubai's police annual clampdown, who revealed that officers arrested 26 men, 7 women and 2 children. Al-Mahari also revealed that one of the men, who was from an Arab country, used 2 boys in his begging scheme, while another from an Asian country tied up his sleeves to make his arms look as if they had been amputated. The director warned the community that those who need financial support are transferred to a charity, while those faking disabilities face legal prosecution. Last year, Dubai police arrested 1,405 people for begging, and 321 were arrested over Ramadan. The UAE has been ranked the 3rd most peaceful country in the MENA region. That's according to the latest Global Peace Index. The 10th edition of the index found that on a regional level, the UAE is ranked 3rd, next to Kuwait taking the 2nd position, followed by Qatar, which is ranked 1st. On a global level, the UAE is ranked 61st out of a list of 163 countries, with Qatar ranking 34th and Kuwait ranking 51st. The most significant deterioration in peace rankings by far occurred in the MENA region, with the average GPI country score witnessing a drop of over 6%, with the largest deteriorations observed in Yemen, Bahrain and Libya. Officials involved in the study were quoted as saying that 81 countries improved their peacefulness positions in the index, while the deterioration in another 79 indicates that peace declined at a faster rate than in the previous year. The report revealed that the world became slightly less peaceful this year, with the average GPI country score deteriorating by 0.53%. However, it was added that some of the most peaceful countries in the region are currently recording historically high levels of peace. And finally, looking to other news now, while excitement is building up in France for this year's UEFA Euro 2016 competition, football fever is also expected to grip fans here in Dubai, as different venues across the city are all set to play host to the month-long tournament. Level 42 at Media One is among the major venues for fans to catch the action of the Euro 2016, which kicks off on Friday at 11 p.m, with the opening match between the hosts France and Romania. With a seating capacity of 500 people, Media One Hotel is expecting a large interest from football fans in the country as they look to build on the attendance levels witnessed during the 2014 FIFA Football World Cup. Considering the limited entertainment options during the holy month of Ramadan, the Football Fan Zone boasts a mini three-a-side football pitch which can be booked prior to the start of the games. The stadium-like atmosphere features 2 extra-large screens and 12 other flat-screen TVs, while also featuring a 50-seater VIP zone.
Ramadan obviously limits the way how entertainment is being held in Dubai. So our entertainment is a football pitch. Our entertainment is stadium seating, some nice seatings where you can watch interactive the football itself. And that was the reason why we built this football pitch, in a more interactive fan zone, everything but boring, where you can meet with your friends and have a great time also before and after the match. We expect to be very busy since we're working with many different communities and business councils. So also a match, Austria playing Hungary will be busy because we have the Austrians, the Hungarians watching their match here in Media One. So everybody can come down for every match and expect a very busy night. The view is great. The seating is amazing, and the atmosphere will be, because we're not as huge as other fan zones, will be tremendous.
A total of 24 teams are set to go head-to-head during the 15th edition of the UEFA European Championship, and there is a lot on stake for the top teams of the continent. While all eyes are on the current world champions, Germany, other teams such as England, France and Portugal could also pose a bit of a challenge. According to Felix, business-wise, English and German progression will be fruitful. However, they are aiming to target fans of all the countries that are taking part in the tournament.
The Euro this year is 24 teams, so we want to tap into several different markets, maybe also teams which aren't always that favorable. The Austrians, the Portuguese, the Germans, the Swedish, they all will watch the games over here in Media One. Obviously, the English will be coming as well, and for business reasons, it's great to have them as long as possible in the tournament. Nevertheless, we want everybody here in Media One having a great time, and that's all our idea, to be here for everyone and having a great fans and experience on 42. I think England is very strong this year. They have a great team. The Swedish, always the Italians. They're a team for tournaments. And France, obviously, as the host of the tournament, will also go very long in the tournament.